Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something about love and respect. Now, I've seen a lot of women out, they're wasting their precious time on men who don't even value their presence. And I'm here to tell you, it doesn't have to be that way. If a man never texts you, never calls you first, never checks in on you, listen to me, it's not your job to chase him. It's not your duty to remind him of your worth. And you sure as sugar don't need to beg for attention. Let me tell you something, real ladies. A man who truly values you, a man who really cares about you, he's going to show it, plain and simple. He's going to pick up that phone and call you. He's going to send that text just to check in, to let you know he's thinking about you. He's going to make the effort, not because he has to, but because he wants to. And I don't care what excuses you've been telling yourself. If he's not doing that, then it's not about timing. It's not about being busy. It's about respect. You see, respect is not just about being polite. It's about showing someone they matter to you. And if a man isn't showing that, don't you dare convince yourself that it's your fault. It's not, it's his. I've seen women, beautiful, amazing women, who spend hours stressing over why he hasn't called, why he hasn't texted first, why he hasn't reached out. Let me stop you right there. If you're doing that, you are wasting precious energy on someone who's clearly not invested in you. You deserve someone who doesn't have to be reminded of your worth, someone who doesn't need a calendar to remember to check on you. You deserve a man who thinks about you when he's not with you, who reaches for you because he wants to, not because he feels obligated. And let me break it down even more. If a man respects you, he values your time, your heart, and your mind. He knows that every second of your attention is precious. And when he wants to be in your life, he doesn't wait for you to make the first move. He doesn't sit back hoping you'll chase him down. No. He steps up, he picks up that phone, and he shows you that you matter. That's the kind of man you should be looking for, not the one who disappears for days, weeks, maybe months, and leaves you questioning yourself, wondering if you did something wrong, thinking maybe you're not enough. Let me tell you something. You are more than enough. And if he can't see it, that's his problem, not yours. Think about it every time he doesn't reach out, every time he lets the day go by without showing he cares, he's giving you a clear message. It may sting, it may hurt, but that message is loud and clear. He doesn't value you the way you deserve. And the scary part is if you stay, you start to accept that as normal. You start to say, well, maybe that's just how he is. No, don't normalize disrespect. Don't normalize being treated like you're optional. You deserve someone who shows up, who makes the effort, who makes you feel wanted without you having to beg or remind him. So remember this, ladies, the effort is the proof. The man who values you will never leave you wondering if you matter. He will reach out. He will call first. He will text first. And if he doesn't, take a deep breath, smile, and understand that it's not about you, it's about him. Your worth is not defined by his actions. It's defined by how you honor yourself. Ladies, let me tell you something about your time and your energy. Both of them are precious. They are not infinite, and they are certainly not for wasting on someone who doesn't even acknowledge your presence. You see, too many women out there get caught up in the idea that if they just wait long enough, or if they just try harder, that man will start calling, texting, showing up. But let me tell you, that's a dangerous trap. Your time and energy are sacred, and you cannot pour them into someone who doesn't see the value in what you're offering. Every minute you spend waiting on someone who can't even be bothered to reach out is a minute you could be living your life fully, pursuing your dreams, laughing, loving yourself, and being with someone who truly appreciates you. Think about it. How many hours have you spent staring at your phone, wondering why he hasn't called? How many nights have you laid awake, hoping a text would come, analyzing every little action, every little word, trying to figure out what went wrong? Stop it. Stop right now. That time is yours. It belongs to you. It is not his. You cannot reclaim it once it's gone. And every time you give your energy to someone who doesn't reciprocate, you're sending a message, even if it's unintentional, that it's okay for someone to treat you like an option instead of a priority. Ladies, you have a life to live. You have goals to chase. You have dreams to build. You have laughter to share. And you have a heart that deserves to be cherished, not left waiting for crumbs of attention. Respect yourself enough to say, I will not waste my energy on someone who doesn't see my worth. Because when you start protecting your time and your energy, something magical happens. You stop being available for people who aren't ready to be present. And suddenly, your life opens up for people who will show up, people who will value you, people who will make the effort without you having to beg. And don't get me wrong, this is not about playing games or being stubborn. This is about self-respect. It's about knowing that your energy is a currency and you should spend it wisely. Don't invest in someone who doesn't want a return, who doesn't even notice the value you bring. You wouldn't give your money to someone who doesn't pay you back. So why give your time, your attention, and your heart to someone who doesn't even acknowledge your presence? So every time you find yourself waiting for that call that never comes or wondering why he doesn't text first, remind yourself of your worth. Your energy is powerful. Your time is priceless. And the right man, the one who's meant to be in your life, he will value it, cherish it, and show up without hesitation. Until then, keep your heart, your energy, and your time for yourself and for those who truly deserve it. There's something powerful about detachment, and too many women underestimate it. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring about love or relationships. It means you stop giving your power to someone who isn't showing up for you. You see, the moment you stop chasing, the moment you stop bending over backwards trying to get his attention, that's when you regain control of your life. There's a freedom in understanding that you don't have to convince anyone to care about you. A man who truly wants to be with you will make it clear without having to push, plead, or remind him. And the funny thing is, once you step back, once you take your energy away from someone who isn't invested, people start noticing. The universe has a way of rewarding those who respect themselves. When you detach, you're sending a message without saying a word. You're saying, I value myself, and I'm not going to settle for less than I deserve. That message is louder than any speech, any lecture, any text you could send. Detachment teaches a man the value of what he's losing. Suddenly, the space you create in your life isn't empty, it's filled with your confidence, your self-respect, and your energy focused on the things that matter. You stop worrying about why he didn't call and start focusing on why you're incredible, why your time is worth more than being ignored, and why anyone who can't see that isn't worthy of you. Here's the truth: chasing never works, begging never works, waiting for someone to magically wake up and realize your worth only leaves you frustrated and exhausted. Detachment flips the script. You stop being the one who's desperate for attention and become the one who commands respect simply by standing in your truth. You show him what he's missing without uttering a single complaint. You show him that your love is not cheap, your time is not disposable, and your heart is not a game piece. It's not about playing mind games. It's not about being cold or distant. It's about clarity. When you detach, you see the situation for what it really is. You see whether he's willing to meet you halfway or not. You see whether he's capable of putting in the effort or if he's just comfortable taking you for granted. And when you see that clearly, it becomes easy to walk away from someone who doesn't deserve your attention. Detachment also creates a shift in energy. Suddenly, you're not anxious, not waiting by the phone, not overthinking every message. You're living your life fully. And ironically, that's when the right people, those who truly belong in your life, start gravitating toward you. Detachment isn't about losing him, it's about finding yourself. It's about showing the world and yourself that you are someone whose love and energy cannot be taken lightly. Say it and mean it. That's all it takes. Too many women hesitate because they think speaking their truth will hurt someone's feelings or they're afraid of the confrontation. But here's the thing: being honest about your worth is not cruelty. It's self-respect. If a man isn't calling, isn't texting, isn't making the effort, you don't have to convince him. You don't have to argue, explain, or apologize for expecting the attention and care that you deserve. Just say it: I deserve better than someone who doesn't even make the effort to reach out. Goodbye. Say it once, say it firmly, and walk away. And don't you dare look back. There's power in clarity. When you speak your truth and walk away, you're showing the world that your love is not a commodity to be taken lightly. You're showing yourself that you won't settle for less than respect, attention, and genuine effort. And make no mistake, saying it is not weakness, it is strength. It's courage. It's the kind of boldness that tells a man, whether he understands it or not, that you're someone who knows her worth and won't allow anyone to diminish it. Far too often, women cling to the hope that if they just keep giving, keep waiting, keep loving without reciprocation, things will change. But here's the cold truth: change doesn't happen when only one person is trying. Effort is not optional in a relationship, it's essential. And if he's not putting in the effort, it's not your job to teach him. It's not your responsibility to chase a man into seeing your value. When you say it and walk away, you're not rejecting him. You're rejecting the pattern of neglect that has been draining you. And let me tell you, walking away isn't about pride and it isn't about punishment. It's about setting a standard for your life and your heart. It's about declaring that you won't accept a love that is one-sided, that you won't tolerate being invisible, and that you won't let your happiness be held hostage by someone who doesn't see your worth. You're drawing a line in the sand, and that line is called self-respect. Once you make that stand, everything else in your life starts aligning. Suddenly, doors open, opportunities appear, and the kind of love you deserve comes into view without the drama, without the stress, and without the unnecessary heartache. The power of saying it and walking away also lies in the freedom it brings. You no longer carry the weight of disappointment, the anxiety of wondering if he's ever going to reach out, or the constant overthinking of maybe if I just. No, you take back your peace, your energy, and your time. That freedom is priceless. And the irony is, once you walk away, you may notice that he suddenly realizes what he's lost, but by then, it doesn't matter because you've already reclaimed your power. When you speak your truth and walk away, you're not closing a door, you're opening yourself to something better, something real, something mutual, and most importantly, you're honoring yourself in a way that no text, no call, and no effort from someone undeserving could ever replace. Don't ever mistake silence for love. Too many women fall into that trap, thinking that just because a man is around, just because he doesn't push you away, that he actually cares. But let me tell you, a man who truly wants you in his life will find a way to show it. He won't leave you guessing. He won't let days go by without making contact. He won't make you feel like you're begging for attention or hoping that he notices you. If he's not calling, not texting, not showing up in ways that prove he values you, then he's showing you who he really is. And it's time to pay attention, because ignoring that truth will only lead to disappointment, heartache, and wasted energy. Stop making excuses for him. Stop saying maybe he's busy or maybe he's stressed. Life is busy, I get that. But if a man really wants to be with you, he will carve out time, even if it's just a little message, a simple text, a quick call. Effort is the evidence of love. Lack of effort is the evidence of indifference. And nothing in the world should make you settle for being treated as if you're optional. You are not an option. You are a priority, and anyone who can't see that isn't the one for you. Too many women let hope keep them in situations where they shouldn't be. Hope is dangerous when it's attached to someone who doesn't care. You hope he'll call. You hope he'll text. You hope he'll finally show up. But hope without action is just a trap. It keeps you tied to someone who isn't willing to meet you halfway, and it robs you of the chance to find someone who will. Love is not just about feelings, it's about action. And action is what separates someone who truly wants you from someone who's merely comfortable having you around. When you recognize that silence is not love, you free yourself, you free your heart from unnecessary pain, your mind from endless overthinking, and your life from wasted energy. You stop waiting for someone who isn't coming, and you start creating space for someone who will. Someone who will call because they can't stop thinking about you. Someone who will text because they want to see your smile even through a screen. Someone who will show up consistently because they value you enough to make the effort. That's the kind of love that's worth your time, not the quiet absence of someone who isn't willing to fight for you. So remember, silence is a message. It's not a mystery, it's not a game, and it's not a sign of love. It's the clearest indication of someone's priorities, and if you're not at the top of that list, it's time to step back, protect your heart, and stop giving yourself to someone who doesn't deserve it. You deserve to be wanted, to be seen, and to be valued. Anything less is a distraction, and distractions have no place in a life that's meant to be full, joyful, and loved the way you were meant to be loved. Walking away is not rejection, it's self-love. So many women get confused about this. They think that walking away means you're giving up or that you're punishing him. No. Walking away is a statement. It's a declaration that you value yourself enough to refuse anything less than what you deserve. You see, there's a difference between love and desperation. Love lifts you up. Desperation drags you down. And if a man isn't calling, isn't texting, isn't making the effort, holding on to him is desperation, not love. When you walk away, you are choosing yourself, your heart, and your peace over someone who can't meet you where you are. Too often, women confuse patience with tolerance. They say, I'll wait, maybe he'll come around, maybe he'll change. But waiting for someone who isn't willing to act is not patience. It's enabling. It's allowing someone to take your time, your energy, and your heart without giving anything in return. Real patience, the kind that respects your worth, is knowing when to step back, when to let go, and when to allow life to bring the right person to your door. Walking away is not closing doors, it's making room for the love that actually matters, the love that will fight for you, and the love that will make you feel seen, wanted, and cherished. There's a power in walking away that most people don't understand. When you step away from someone who doesn't reach out, you're no longer trapped in the cycle of doubt and disappointment. You're no longer wondering if he'll call, if he'll text, if he even cares. You reclaim your freedom, your energy, and your happiness.